Hello, Wilson first graders. It's Mrs. T here, back with some more phonics. Today, we are going to delete or take away syllables in a word to make a new word. Listen, I'm going to say a word, harmless. Now listen as I delete the last syllable or part of the word, less. Harmless without less becomes harm. Let's try some together. I'm going to say a word. You tell me the word without the last syllable. Cheerful without full is cheer. Helpless without less is help. Cowboy without cow is boy. Roomy without E is room. Undo without un, do. Sandwich without which, sand. Good. Let's go ahead and review some of our sound spelling cards. OA says O. OE, O. EE, E. EA, also E. AI, A. AY, A. OO, ooh. U, ooh. U followed by a letter and E, ooh. EW, ooh. UE, ooh. Remember, we have lots of different ways to spell that ooh sound. And when we can remember these ways, it helps us read new words. Let's read this word right here. I've written down this word. Now we know our vowel sound OO is going to say ooh, right? R says ooh. F says roof, roof. Now what if I wanted to change that word roof to root? Am I going to change the first sound, the middle sound, or the last sound? I'm going to change the last sound. I changed the F to a T, and now roof says root, root. Good. Let's try it with some other words. For instance, I have written down the word boot. Can you see it there? Boot. What if I want to change that word boot to the word hoot? Am I going to change the first sound, the middle, or the last sound? I'm going to change the first sound. Now, I took the B and made it an H. Boot went to hoot, hoot. Now, I'd like to change that word hoot to shoot. Am I changing the first sound, the middle sound, or the last sound? I'm going to change the first sound. Do you remember how to make the sh sound? Right. You write it with an SH. Now it says shoot, shoot. So let's change shoot to shoot. What am I going to do? Change the first sound, the middle sound, or the last sound? I'm going to delete or get rid of that last sound. Shoot becomes shoe. Now, what if I want to change shoe to moo, like a cow? I'm going to change the first sound. The SH goes away, and I add an M to say moo. Very good. Let's try some different ones. We'll try a new chain. This word says do. D-E-W, do. Now I'm going to add an R in there. It says drew. And I can change that D to a G to make grew. All right. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow.